A very beautiful morning out there, and of course, welcome to another edition of In the Papers with Daily Nugget for stories making major headlines in today's newspaper. Yes, the program is a daily window where we look into stories shaping our nations and, of course, the world at large. This segment will bring you major headlines beyond the print, where newspaper is not just read but understood, questioned, and properly examined. As always, our goal is very simple: to keep you informed, enlightened, and of course empowered with fact, context, and perspective. So I implore you to please stay tuned and keep it locked on iPower 102.7 FM, because of course we're about to bring the newspaper and of course the news in general to your doorstep. I am Florence Ibhareman, and of course the program is In the Papers. Today we shall be looking at stories from different newspapers, beginning with the Hope newspaper. We have stories from the Punch newspaper. We have stories from Daily Post. We have stories from the Nation's newspapers. We have stories from the Guardian newspaper this morning. Beginning with the headlines for this morning, we have this one coming to us from the Hope newspaper, and it says Ondo rounds up Golden Jubilee celebrations and honors prominent Nigerians. Still taking headlines from the Hope newspaper this morning, we have Akeredolu really wants me as successor, and that was coming from Ayedatiwa. Still taking headlines from the Hope newspaper this morning, we have Ajanoku reaffirms Ondo's government's commitment to boost information management. Still taking headlines from the Hope newspaper this morning, we have Ondo flags of measles rubella and malaria vaccination campaign targets over 2.3 million children statewide. Taking a flight to the Punch newspaper this morning, we have early detention crucial to fighting cancer, and that was from the Anambra First Lady. Still on the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning, talking unionism. It says respect court order and association tells NLC. Still taking headlines from the Punch newspaper this morning, we have federal government urged to deploy culture to boost global representation and reputation. Away from the Punch newspaper and now to Daily Post newspaper, where we have fresh calls for sack of INEC chairman emerge as Northerners film and justifies SCSN position. Still on the pages of the Punch newspaper this morning, we have I regret every minute with F-Town, says Bill Gates. Still taking headline from the Punch newspaper this morning, we have UK boarding school wows Nigerian students at Abuja Lagos fairs. Still taking headlines from the Punch newspaper, we have 1,032 students get 110,000 naira each from Cross River lawmaker. And of course, the nation's newspaper this morning, we have INEC to revalidate voter register before 2027 poll. Still taking headlines from the nation's newspaper this morning, we have World Bank funded $500 million meters to be given free, says BPE. Still taking headlines from the Nation newspaper this morning, we have World Cancer Day, $150 million IFC and FIA Lifeline boost for care. Yes, going into the details of today's headlines and the stories so far, we have this one coming to us from the Hope newspaper this morning, and it says Ondo rounds off Golden Jubilee celebrations honors prominent Nigerians, and now the details. In the night of elegance and reflection, Ondo State on Tuesday night climaxed its Golden Jubilee celebration by honoring President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, former President Olusegun Obasanjo, Elder Statesman Chief Ruben Famude Fashionati, incumbent Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa, and 67 other distinguished sons, daughters, past leaders, and friends of the state at a gala night and award. The gala and award night held at the International Cultural and Event Center, the Dome, marked the culmination of a day of festivity commemorating 50 years of the creation of the Sunshine State. Governor Ayedatiwa described the evening as a feeling as a night dedicated to legacy, excellence, and recognition of service, reflecting the collective effort, shared sacrifice, and enduring aspiration of the state in the last 5 decades. He said the daytime celebration at the Ondo State Sports Complex captured a mass spirit of our people and rekindled our resolve for a more prosperous state. The governor stressed that 50 years of the statehood requires maturity in engaging history, noting that societies advance only when excellence is celebrated and institutions endure when character is honored. Emphasizing that the award were not mere ceremonial token but expression of collective gratitude, Ayedatiwa highlighted that true excellence is discipline, purpose, and sustained contribution, not merely privilege. For details of that story, see the Hope newspaper with this headline: Ondo rounds off Golden Jubilee celebration honors prominent Nigerians. Still on the pages of the Hope newspaper this morning, we have Akeredolu really wanted me as successor, says I did that. Now the details. The Ondo State Governor, Honorable Lucky Aiyedatiwa, on Wednesday described what he remains the greatest legacy of the former governor and his predecessor, Mr. Oluwarotimi Akeredolu Asahan. He also reaffirmed the strategic partnership between the Ondo State government and the church in advancing governance, moral, values, and development. The governor stated this during a courtesy visit to the Archbishop, Metropolitan, and Prelate of all Nigeria, Most Reverend Henry Ondukuba, Anglican Church of Nigeria, to the Presidential Lodge, Government House, Akura. Aiyedatiwa said his emergence as governor was neither driven by ambition or political scheming, but by loyalty, mentorship, and divine orchestration. He explained that Akeredolu personally chose him as deputy governor without solicitation, describing the relationship as one built on trust, sacrifice, and years of shared political struggles dating back to 2025. The governor recalled standing by Akeredolu during difficult moments, including electoral losses and demanding campaigns, stressing that he offered support without seeking personal reward. According to him, even when he was not selected as deputy governor during his party primaries, despite being among the leading contenders, he remained committed to his close ally. Aiyedatiwa narrated that before Akeredolu's death, the former governor made clear pronouncements concerning secession, which he described as divinely inspired and irreversible. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper this morning with this headline: Akeredolu really wanted me as successor, says Aiyedatiwa. Just joining us, the program is in the papers, your daily knowledge, the stories making major headlines in today's newspaper. And of course, you can reach us for your feedback and comments on our studio line 0816 4699 4699. Also, you can join us on our Facebook page, and that is iPower 1027 FM. And of course, you can join me live on my TikTok and do Just with Fluxy on TikTok. And of course, you can join us on iPower 102.7 FM. And on Instagram, on TikTok as well, we have ourselves as iPower 1027 FM. iPower 1027 FM. Still taking headlines and stories from the Hope newspaper this morning. We have Ajanoko reaffirms Ondo's government commitment to boost information management. Now the details. The Ondo State Commissioner for Information and Orientation, Mr. Ajanoko, has reaffirmed the state government commitment to strengthening media professionalism and improving information management through strategic partnership with credible professional bodies. Ajanoko gave the assurance while receiving members of the Association of Communications Scholars and Professionals of Nigeria who paid him a courtesy visit to his office, expressing their interest in collaborating with the ministry on capacity development and professional advancement within the communications sector. The Commissioner described the media as a vital pillar of government, noting that effective public communication remains central to the transparency, public trust, and development. He said partnership with professional associations such as ACSPN would further enhance the quality of information dissemination and promote high professional standards among media practitioners in Ondo State. Earlier, the Ondo State Coordinator of ACSPN, Mr. Sunday Kolawole, said the visit was for familiarization and partnership building. He described the Ministry of Information and Orientation as a key institution in shaping communication practice and commended the state government for appointing a commissioner with a professional background in information and communication, which he said positioned the ministry to address modern communication challenges effectively. Kolawole explained that ACSPN is a body of scholars and practitioners, including lecturers, professors, and experienced media professionals committed to developing the communication profession. They stressed the need for synergy, especially the major milestones such as the 50th anniversary of Ondo State and the first anniversary of Governor Lucky Ayedatiwa's administration. For details of that story, see the pages of the Up newspaper today with the headline. Akane defends Ondo's government commitment to boost information management. Still on the pages of the Hope newspaper this morning, we have an Ondo flags of measles, rubella, malaria vaccination campaign targets 2.3 million children statewide. Now the details. The Ondo State government has officially flagged off the measles, rubella MR and the malaria vaccine mass immunization campaign, reaffirming its commitment to protecting the health and future of children across the state. Speaking at the flag off ceremony held at the State Specialist Hospital Okearakure on Wednesday, the wife of the state governor, Mrs. Oluwaseun Ayedatiwa, described the exercise as a crucial public health intervention aimed at eliminating two of the most deadly but preventable childhood diseases, measles and malaria. She said the vaccination campaign coming as Ondo State marks its 50th anniversary is symbolic, noting that safeguarding children's health is the most meaningful investment for the next 50 years of the state's development. According to her, true development goes beyond physical infrastructure and must prioritize the well-being of children who will drive the state's future. Mrs. Ayedatiwa explained that measles remain a leading cause of vaccine-preventable childhood illness, while rubella infection during pregnancy can result in congenital rubella syndrome, leading to heart defection, hearing impediment, and developmental disease. He added that malaria continues to be a major cause of illness and death among children under 5 in Nigeria and across sub-Saharan Africa. The First Lady disclosed that the integrated vaccination campaign will run for 10 days from February 2 to February 11, 2026 across all 18 local government areas and 203 wards in the state. She said the state targets the immunization of 2 million plus children aged between 9 months and 11 and 14 years with the measles rubella vaccine, while 193,083 children aged between 5 and 21 months would receive a malaria vaccine. Ms. Ayedatiwa added that the campaign will also provide other essential immunization services, including the human papillomavirus (HPV) vaccine for girls under 9 years, alongside routine immunization, noting that health workers will visit communities, schools, church, and mosques to ensure wild coverage. For details of that story, see the Hope newspaper this morning with this headline: Ondo flags of measles, rubella, and malaria vaccination campaign targets over 2.3 million children statewide. Yes, away from the punching, away from the Hope newspaper this morning and straight to the point, and of course away from Ondo State to Anambra State, where we have early detection crucial to fighting cancer, and that was from the Anambra First Lady. Now the details. The wife of the Anambra State Governor, Noye Soludo, has said that early detection is crucial to fighting cancer, adding that there is an urgent need to evaluate common lifestyle choices, beginning with what people consume every day. Mrs. Soludo said cancer has gained unhindered access to many households and communities largely because of careless consumption habits and addiction. The Anambra First Lady, who is also the founder of Healthy Living with Noya Soludo, stated that stated this in a press statement released on Wednesday to commemorate the World Cancer Day, marked annually on February 4. World Cancer Day is an international awareness day observed on February 4 to encourage cancer prevention, detection, and treatment. It is led by the Union of International Cancer Control in support of the World Cancer Declaration written in 2008. The primary goal of the World Cancer Day is to significantly reduce illness and death caused by cancer and to rally the international communities against preventable suffering associated with the disease. Today is observed by the United Nations. Political said the theme for this year, United by Unique, called on the public approach for fighting. Called on public to approach the fight against cancer more intentionally, noting that cancer is more than a medical condition, but a deeply personal human experience that requires collective care and support. She said, and I quote, cancer is still stealing from us on an unimaginable scale, while we also share stories of triumph over the household enemy. A lot of emphasis must be laid on the disturbing numbers it leaves in the trial. Early the year, the number keeps getting scarier and more worrisome. All this points to how much we have lost consciousness of what truly matters. Routine cancer check and healthy living. Cancer, she said, has had unhindered access to our household and communities, likely because of some careless consumption habits and addiction. It is really time to reassess certain unhealthy habits. She said people must adopt a holistic health and self-care approach that includes physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being to reduce preventable lifestyle-related illnesses. For details of that story, see the Punch newspaper this morning with the headline Early Detection Crucial to Fighting Cancer, says Anambra First Lady. Glad to have you back. You're still on to us from our support to move beyond the